From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Come back.
3rd and 2, Watson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Target.
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Watson hands this to Foreman. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Benny Logan able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Looking long for Westbrook. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 67 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Brian Orakpo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Tiger. Come back. 2-jet.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Henry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A carry for Foreman, and he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now Foreman, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll run with Foreman, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. And the first play will be a field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. They go play action here on first down. And caught by Henry. Escapes the defender, evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. As his guys are in for 6, and the Titans are able to strike for 6. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Fielded at about the 28. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. Out come the Titans now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He sets to fire deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Underneath for Miller. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. They shakes it off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Daquan Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Flushed out right. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Watson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and he fires one that's intercepted. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. It's
a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And here comes the Texans now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Watson off play action. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Target.
On 2nd and 10, Watson flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Garoppolo now. 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Gabbard. Goes underneath for Henry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Come back, come back. Two jet.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's caught, blocking. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Again, it's Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daquan Jones in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Garoppolo, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Titans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. And he's able to find Diggs. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Now Garoppolo will lead his guys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Watson now to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Again, it's Foreman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Derek Morgan in on the stop.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be incomplete. Jamal Adams, their #1 pick a year ago, there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
They're ready with the 4-minute offense.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Bernardrick McKinney in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
13.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Now a handoff looking right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense have felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. Now a toss going left. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
11.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw, it's Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Open man is Westbrook, complete. But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of the young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Foreman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 11.
Come back, come back.
Now Watson. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He'll look to throw. And they can't bring him down. And this one complete to Smith. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
6, 6. 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
Garoppolo to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't.